Classified is a national organization. We have hubs in most of the states in the country, and our mission is to fly the veterans to the memorials in Washington, D.C. that were made in honor of their service and sacrifice. Typically, we'll bring a group of 25. This is very unique in that we've been able to bring 66 veterans this time to see their memorials. So this has been incredible to have this many have this opportunity all together to go to their memorials.
Okay, Tyler, go ahead and tuck in here, but don't have the lantern in front of your face.
I sent in some applications for Dad and I to go on the honor flight to Washington, D.C.
Yes! Yes!
A friend gave us an application, and so I filled it out and sent it in, and we got put on the list, and we got into not the next flight, but the second next flight. We're going to visit the World War II Memorial and the Lincoln Memorial. I'm not sure what else, whatever's in between. It's a wonderful thing that they're doing for the veterans, and my husband was a veteran in World War II, and so this is a chance that he's never had before to come visit the monuments. And it's wonderful for me because I never thought I'd be able to see him.
I think the most amazing thing that I witnessed personally is the transformation of these folks. When they get to their memorials, they start talking about their experiences, things that they've not talked about to anyone.
It's like my doctor told me to go west for my liver. I didn't even know it was out there.
When we were growing up, you didn't hear much about his time in the service. I don't know why.
Look at those geese. Look at the geese. Canadians.
You just didn't like to talk about it.
Look at all the goose doo-doo.
I mean, we'd hear funny stories about Jocko the monkey. All the stray dogs that would come into camp, Jocko would jump on these dogs and pull on their hair and ride them around the camp until they never had any stray dogs around anymore. And throwing up over the ocean, over the rail of the ship.
The barf was wind whipped down the first tier, and there were a bunch of troops there, and it was a mess.
As far as his service and any kind of action, he didn't really talk about that.
It looked like a snail turd, but no, it's just a snail, yeah.
God!
I didn't really know what to expect from Grandpa. You know, his attitude.
His old rat face. A rat.
But he is really just relaxed and enjoying himself, and I think he's very, very humbled being around all these other veterans his age. And they've all had similar experiences. For them to go there and experience this, it then makes all of that memory come back, and they talk about it, and they leave those stories with family that would have never heard that. They came home from war, took off their uniforms, went back to work, and that was the end of it.
Mary had a little lamb.
No, he's going to ask you a question.
I was drafted. I was in the 1940s draft. I was living in New York, in the Bronx, when I was drafted.
He volunteered for overseas duty, and when he arrived at his destination, it was in Panama.
Guarding the Panama Canal.
There were two units. One went to Panama and the other went to was it the Battle of the Bulge? It's Battle of the Bulge.
Organized a group, and it became the 63rd Infantry Division, the Eisenhower Division, just before the Battle of the Bulge and stuff. They were immediately shipped to Europe as a new division to get in the Bulge, and they suffered a number of casualties, I think, because they were so green.
There was a chance we wouldn't be here because he would have been where the whole unit was wiped out.
Yeah.
And then he went from there to OCS, Officers Candidate School.
I became a second lieutenant in the infantry in 1944. I wound up back in Macon, Georgia, teaching basic training and teaching some of the recruits shooting.
He has a sharpshooting medal. Yeah, he's a deadeye.
And that's about the extent of it, I suppose. It took close to 3 years.
It's been a very humbling experience for me, especially when total strangers come up to my father and say thank you so much for your service. They applaud, they cheer. It's been a wonderful experience.
Seems like a different person than who raised us, basically. Yeah. He is. I think he's very, very humble.
My experience was terrific. Fabulous, exciting, interesting experience. I'm a life flight. Hey, Grandpa.
It is happy year old.
What you been getting? Bluegill? Bluegill, and what else? Sunfish? Carp? I hope not yet. Okay, kid. Bluegill, huh? It's like sunfish.